Hey, it's Brad from myBSlife. You know it. Another day, another 1K way to say thank you to all of you for what you've done for me. In case you're wondering today, we're doing 1,000 kilometers today. That's right. Not one, not two. We are going to drive 1,000 kilometers just to prove a point that is how far I'm willing to go to say thank you to all of you subscribers. And also, my body's recovering from 1,000 flights of stairs yesterday, to be honest. That was hard on the body. You can see right here, got a full tank of gas, and we've got the trip odometer set to 0. So, we're gonna get going. We're gonna drive out exactly 500 kilometers and turn around and then come back home. That's the plan for today. I've got a fantastic road trip assistant who's gonna give me some wisdom and guidance. As soon as I get driving, I'm gonna share with you my road trip snack haul, which apparently is a big thing they do these days. So that's what I'm gonna fill you in. We're going 1,000 kilometers today because we can, to say thank you for all 1,000 plus of you. Let's make this thing happen. And you can watch it in time lapse right beside myBSlife. If you haven't had a chance, hit subscribe, be a part of this. We are now driving 1,000 kilometers. Let's do it. All right, still me, still Brad. We are road tripping, a mini road trip. But as a lot of you guys know, sometimes the best part about a road trip is often not where you're going. You can go anywhere. Not even how long it takes you. It's the snacks. And so my road trip snacks of choice, I chose some of my favorites for this because let's be honest, today, the destination is just to get home at the end of the day. And I'm hoping the roads are smooth and the traffic's good so I can do this in a pretty good time. In case you're wondering, for my Canadian friends, I've got cruise on here. I'm on the highway doing 108 kilometers an hour. 8 kilometers over the speed limit, but nothing too major. For my American friends, what's that miles per hour? I have no idea, probably like 15 miles an hour or something. I don't know. Your imperial system always throws me off. More importantly, road snacks. So, I've got my fantastic assistant. She's joining me for the road trip today, and she's gonna help present the snack haul. So, my first snack of choice, and always one of my favorites, is peanut M&Ms. 2 reasons why. 1, they melt in your mouth and not in your hand, or when you drop them on your shorts or all over your 1K thank you shirt. That's right, 1K thank you. So right there you can see, pointing right here, we've got thank you and 1K. That's right, I have no hands on the steering wheel, but I'm steering with my knee, and that will keep me just between the lines because I've done it before. So thank you, 1K, thank you. And we're driving 1K today, 1,000 kilometers. So peanut M&Ms, a key part of what's gonna make it through the day. This was not my choice, but a delicious road trip snack and one of my favorites. That's Ring-a-Lows. And as an aside, I'm sponsored by none of these people. Ring-a-Lows are also fun because you can wear them as miniature rings on each of your fingers if your hands are small enough. My hands, however, are not small enough. These treats are all picked up at the dollar store except for this one. My favorite, beef jerky. I love beef jerky. I love cured meats in general. In fact, it was one of my favorite things about when I traveled to Budapest was the cured meat was absolutely amazing. A couple other things here, trail mix, always delicious. Gets me a good selection of nuts and some kind of usually dried out berries. For sure, Twizzlers, a big part of the road trip experience. And, of course, not to be forgotten, a cucumber. I like cucumbers when you road trip snack because you can just open them up on one end, which is always delicious. Peel back their protective little sheath end, munch right in on them. So if you've never road tripped with a cucumber, I suggest a great choice for sure as you go along. And my drink of choice, Snapple. I like the traditional lemon iced tea. There's where we're at. If you're road tripping with Brad, that's what you expect to eat, and that's what you expect to share. More information to follow. You can hear the bag opening beside me. I'll let you know every 100 kilometers an hour or so how we are doing. Road trip continues. See you soon. All right, here we are. We are 200 kilometers in, still feeling good. And to be honest, I don't feel near as tired after this 200 as I did after yesterday's 200. Yesterday being when I did the 200 flights of stairs. Say 200 kilometers, way easier on the body. That being said, a little hard on the eyes. Besides that, body's feeling pretty good. I've had a few minor setbacks in the last 100 kilometers since we last spoke. I tipped over my bag of M&Ms and they all fell on the ground, all of them except for 2. Some of them rolled towards the wheel, but there's definitely a 5-second rule in place in your own car. I'm pretty sure about that. Got those all picked up. Ate most of them, which is good. I've almost finished off my Snapple. The Ring-a-Lows have been completely finished off, so as far as snacks go, we've definitely made a huge dent in our snack situation. Also, as we continue on, we are still holding off on the Twizzlers as long as we can, but they are soon to be snacked on. One thing I always think about on road trips is like road trip music. And as I've been going along here, like I've just been listening to radio as I go through it, because that's one of my favorite parts about a road trip is going into radio. Are you a podcast? Are you a CD? Are you like a Sirius XM person? Or are you just an old school radio person like me? I'm old school radio. I hear all kinds of songs that I would have never heard. So for instance, so far in the last 100K, I heard Round Here by Counting Crows, which is one of my all-time favorite songs. Absolutely love it. Then right after that, this is what makes road trip mixes so good. They threw in Say My Name. Very different vibe, very different feel, but also equally sing-alongable. And then from there, we got into one of my all-time favorites, which is Hit Me With Your Best Shot, which was also classic. So when you are radio station flipping, I love that, especially when you're driving a distance, because you can't even enjoy one genre, one type of music. Anyway, that's road trip update. We'll talk to you another 100K. So far, so good. Good work, team. We're gonna get there. 800 kilometers left today. All right, here we are. We are now at 300 kilometers. That's right, 300 km from home in the 1K challenge yet again today. The last 100 kilometers, so I've had a great chance to play some road games. What's your favorite road trip game? One that we were playing was the license plate games. Oh, if you don't know what the license plate game is, it's pretty simple. You look on license plates, the goal is to get to Z before your opponent. So unfortunately, I lost by 2 letters to my opponent. She dazzled me with her ability to track down the Y and the Z when I was still stuck on X. So it's a great road trip game in case you're looking for one. The real key is if you're not driving, the side of transport trucks, this is a little bit of a road trip game. The hints for all of you are covered in letters and words. So you can really get all kinds of great information there. Another great road trip game is the memory game. That's where you say a word that starts with a letter. So say our topic is food. I'd say apple. You might say banana. But before you'd say banana, you'd say apple, banana. Now, before I could say a word that started with C, I'd say apple, banana. Then I'd say a food that starts with C. So I might say corn. Then my opponent would say apple, banana, corn. And then for D, they might say something like Doritos. So the way the alphabet game works, in case some of you guys want to play this game at home and on your next road trip, is pretty straightforward. You see if you can outlast your opponent by remembering all the words said previously plus your additional word. That's Road Trip Games with Brad. Check in at the 400K mark and about to crack into my Twizzlers. There we go. Got this on the go. Oh, they smell. Oh, that fresh Twizzler smell smells so good. And here we go. All right, talk to you in a bit. 400 kilometers. That's right. We are 400K in. That means I feel like I've now represented the first 400 subs. So thank you so much. Thank you. That's right. Thank you, 400 subs. While driving, one of the great things I love about driving is a chance to think. And thinking led me to listening to a podcast. And I don't listen to a ton of podcasts, but I was listening to this one. So there's a famous Canadian podcast. It's called the Vinyl Cafe, VINYL Cafe. And the gentleman who tells the stories on, his name is Stuart McLean. And he's fantastic. So if you love stories that are literally brought to life, where they're interesting, you can literally, kids of any age can hear them, but they're also interesting for adults. Check him out, Stuart McLean Vinyl Cafe, Stuart McLean Vinyl Cafe. He passed away, I think last summer, the summer before, but he's got 20 years worth of stories and tales of just amazing stuff. So if you love listening to a good storyteller, something great for just a road trip, you're stuck in the car for a while and you don't want to listen to music, you want to listen to someone tell you a bit of a story, check him out. Vinyl Cafe, Stuart McLean, very Canadian. What I mean by that is a lot of the stories they tell are based around small Canadian towns, but to be honest, they'd be applicable for small town life anywhere across the world, I'm pretty sure. So if you have a chance, check it out. So that's the 400 kilometer marker. I still feel good. My body doesn't hurt near as much as yesterday doing the 1,000 flights of stairs. But check them out, Stuart McLean, Vinyl Cafe. Very cool stuff. Great podcast. If you're looking for something good to listen to, check it out. If you do, for sure, let me know. Or if you listen to a podcast, let me know what your favorite podcast is to listen to, because I always love finding new ones, especially when I'm driving. I'll check in with you in 100K. All right, we are 500K. We are officially turning right around. We did not go all the way into Quebec City, but we got to Quebec City. So if you're here just for the time lapse to Quebec City and back, then that is the halfway point right there. We are doing it. Road snacks we have left. We have part of cucumber. We are out of Ringelows. We are out of peanut M&Ms. And besides that, we've got a little bit of everything else. Soon it's gonna be time to stop for some food. We also got gas, as you probably would have seen in the time lapse. For those of you who are wondering, it was $1.08 a liter outside Quebec City. I know it's 4 liters to a gallon. So for my American friends, that would be the equivalent of paying roughly $4.32 per gallon. Yes, we pay way more for gas than you do. That's halfway. My halfway point when I got to 500 subs was an amazing time. I couldn't believe I got to 500. It was awesome, it was exciting. And so to you, first 500, the first 500 kilometers are for you. Now, the next 500 are for the next 500. We are on our way back. Road tripping with Brad. Here we are, 1K a day, every day, to commemorate this week. Love it. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being a part of myBSlife. Let's hit the road. We are officially at 600 kilometers right now. We are making progress. I feel way better today than I did yesterday when I hit 600 kilometers. But it had me thinking back. Each day so far, I've had something go wrong. Day 1, with the jumping jacks and balloons. It was traumatic. I loved those balloons. They were beautiful balloons. And I was gonna use them all week for part of a week-long worth of celebration. They didn't survive the first one. Flip-flops, issue, gone, in the air, sayonara, goodbye, farewell, those balloons. I hope someone enjoyed a beautiful 1K balloon celebration. Day 2. Now this was also traumatic on my way to pushing the car. What happens? Some bird comes out of nowhere, steps, not flies, steps in front of the car, boom, feathers go in every direction. Again, not a good omen. I didn't feel good with that. I felt guilty. My co-pilot, who's been my rock, my support through this entire journey, was in tears beside me. The trauma of the dead bird and everything that went on, it was not good at all. So that was a bit of a setback. From there, next day, which was yesterday, doing the 1,000 steps, what did I have to deal with? I had to deal with 3 phones, everything running out of battery, and then in the end, I couldn't even use most of the footage. It was pitch black, the sun went away, everything. So there was a disaster. Now here we are, day 4, battling along, driving 600 kilometers in. Nothing's gone wrong yet. Now, am I tempting things? I don't know, knock on wood. As my mom would say, she'd start hitting herself on the skull, implying that her head was made of wood. We all get it. But anyway, knock on wood, so far so good. My biggest issue today so far has been all my peanut M&Ms rolling down along the floor underneath the seat. Besides that, so far so good. We'll keep you posted. 600 kilometers done, only 400 left. myBSlife, 1K a day, celebrating you and what you've given back to me. Thank you. You were amazing. You're the best community. I love it. Until then, see ya. Yes. All right, we are at number 700. We are at 700 right there. And the last 100 kilometers has been pretty good. You'll notice that at 610, we got McDonald's. Now, I haven't had McDonald's in a long time. I love the taste of a Big Mac combo. I'm not sure my body agrees with that McDonald's choice. I'm not sure if it's just because of what I did yesterday, but either way, there seem to be some repercussions to the Big Mac meal with the iced tea and the fries dipped in sweet and sour sauce. I typically go with the sweet and sour sauce over ketchup when I'm driving. Those little packets are such a pain to squirt out. There's where we're at. 700 update, McDonald's. I've been better. Like I said, tasted great going in. We'll see how it holds up. 300K left. So to the first 700 subscribers, thank you so much for your support. That 700, that was for you. So thank you. Next 300, there's for the next 300. We're on our way. Good work. Stay with me. We're doing this 1K a day, my friends. We are now at 800 kilometers. Lights, camera, action. All right, there we go. We're at 800K, cruising along. No idea where I am right now. Somewhere in Quebec. That is a predominantly French-speaking province in Canada. I do speak some French. Je parle seulement peu français, mais pas beaucoup. I just said I speak a little bit of French, but not a lot. As I continue on, that is where we are right now. I recently learned a little bit of information about fireflies. So Firefly Talk with Brad. Apparently they live between 1 and 2 years. They live most of their life underground, and their final 2 to 3 weeks that they're alive, that is when they come out and they've got all their beautiful colors and all their beautiful lights, and that's when they really make everything happen. So that's Firefly Talk with Brad on the drive, and I hope you enjoyed it. It's good stuff. So we have 200 kilometers left. As we continue to celebrate all 1,000 of you, this amazing 1K journey we are on. Thank you. Check in another 100K. All right, here we are. Kilometer marker 900. Mile marker sounds fancier. Kilometer marker 900, getting so close, back in Ontario, making all kinds of progress. McDonald's is sitting way better. I also realize now I shouldn't blame the McDonald's entirely, because I did eat a bag of peanut M&Ms, a bunch of beef jerky, some Ringolos, part of a bag of Twizzlers. Don't forget the fries, as well as a Snapple before I got to the Nestea. So my diet's not been great today. I did kickstart the day with some cereal, as always. The other thing about today, which reminds me of yesterday, and yesterday was way harder, doing the 1,000 flights of stairs. If you didn't check that one out, check that one out. I'm extremely proud of that. That was an incredible grind. In fact, 2 days in a row, I've started a challenge in the daylight, and I'm finishing a challenge in the darkness. So there's where we're at. 100 left. Gonna make it. So excited. A different kind of grind today, but we are making progress right there. Hope you are doing as well as I am. I will touch breaks with you. 900 subs. You guys are all amazing. 100 left to recognize, and yeah, like this is big time. Thank you, as the shirt says. Thank you. We'll see you soon. And there it is. Exactly 1,000. We made it. That is 1,000 kilometers today. We are keeping our streak alive, my friends, my family, all of you. That is 4 straight days of 1K a day to celebrate 7 days in a row of what you guys have meant to me, making this crazy YouTube journey of mine possible. I just want to say thanks again, because really there's nothing special about me. Like, I'm just a hardworking guy, but I want to let you know that together we can make the difficult doable, and we can make things that seem impossible possible. If I look at just this week, I would have never guessed before this week started that I'd be doing 1,000 jumping jacks in a row. That one's foreseeable. But then to push the car the 1,000 meters, getting that one done. And then yesterday, the hardest challenge I've ever done, doing 1,000 flights of stairs. Remember, that's not 1,000 steps, that's 1,000 flights of stairs. 12 steps for each flight. Like, that was a grueling grind of 5 hours. And today was pretty straightforward. It was driving 1,000 kilometers from Ottawa to Quebec City and back. That's what I did. I got out of the car once to get some food, go to the washroom. Besides that, it was a great drive. We can do this together. We can make the impossible possible. We can make the difficult doable. We've got this, nothing to it. Tomorrow, check in for a different 1K. That's what we're doing. Today, I was trying to do something that was less physical. Yesterday took its toll on me physically, I won't deny that, but also to represent, I've got a lot of people who subscribe who are travelers. A lot of people who they do a lot of camping, a lot of outdoorsy stuff, which I also love. So this was a homage to you. Thank you from me. That's right, thank you. All you travelers, all you outdoorsy people. This is myBSlife. I'm Brad. If you haven't a chance, please hit subscribe. Support me in my crazy YouTube journey, and let's all do this together. Until next time, like, share, turn on those notifications, hit that bell, ding, as they always say, and subscribe. I love it. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Until then, 1,000K done.